It's a little story for you, right? It's called Little Things. Have you ever had a moment where you look at someone and think, what have they got to be so cheery about? Scanning your Tesco's finest chorizo and chicken paella, Janet smiles at you and tells you that you must be delighted with today's weather. And you keep your AirPods in and you give her the half smile. You rush through the automatic doors with the company of the thoughts that you're just glad that you worked harder than she must have done at school, so you didn't have to work at Tesco, even if you had applied for a job there after uni and you didn't get an interview. Must be a good life to be happy with your lot, whatever you've got. Simple people need simple things. Is that your conclusion? Is that what you've landed on? Watching the grey plastic bowl of congealed rice turn in the microwave, a microwave that you didn't buy. You don't bother cooking at all, really. I'm not sure where anyone gets the time if they have stuff on. Between the gym and the walks and the meetings and the pub, who has time to slice an onion other than the board? And then you remember the first time you cooked for someone and you poured in the whole jar of Thai green curry paste thinking that it was sauce, and you then added a half pint of milk to save it, and then you sat on the bed next to your first girlfriend and you poked at pieces of milky chicken, and after the third bite you both stopped the pretend yummy sounds and you just piss yourself laughing. And you lifted the plates, leaving 2 green circles of curry behind on the sheets, and you took them to the shared kitchen while she waited on the bed with the Kill Bill DVD you were watching on pause. And that was a great night. And now, sat on the sofa, alone, blowing the steam from each bite. Maybe you should learn now to cook properly. I mean, TV chefs seem to be happier than you are, and all they do is smile and pretend to cook. Like, how hard could it be to win MasterChef? Like, imagine that. Like, that will be some accomplishment. Janet definitely couldn't do that, but you could. And that saves your night. Dreams of the journey not yet over. Big wins, bright lights, never little things. As you think about that, your phone lights up. WhatsApp. Sharon, neighbour. Hey, any chance I can exchange a bottle of red wine for a favour? Neither of us can collect Jemima from her after school reading tomorrow. Can you do us a solid and help us out? I know you're working from home, so I'm sure it's no biggie. And she ends it with one of those geeky emojis with the glasses and the teeth. And you huff, because Jemima loves asking you whatever she's thinking at that time, and it annoys you. Because you're too busy to answer a child when she asks you why a giraffe has such a long neck where no one else seems to have as long a neck. But you respond with a thumbs up. And as you stand at the gates, you can see through the side window of the primary school the classroom that Jemima's in. And Jemima's looking at a book. And next to her is a woman, and her fingers tracing the page. And you step to the left just to get a better view of the room. And the woman with Jemima's not a teacher. The woman in the room is the same woman that asked you about the weather in Tesco yesterday. And Jemima gets a pat on the head, and they both stand to leave the room. And as you watch them walk out to the corridor, something stirs in you, and you can't stop it. And it creeps up your throat, towards the back of your neck, towards your eyes. And as they approach, you hope that your brain starts telling you that Janet's hours at Tesco must have been reduced. But it doesn't.